Hey yo, LAZ, make sure you check that new story I did talking about Times Square in the 1980s and early 90s. You heard? Make sure you check that. Hey yo, shout out to the bro D Nice. Shout out to the whole Cypress. You heard? The whole East New York. East New York been hot this month. You heard? If you from East New York, get in them comments. Let me know what block, what Ave, what street, what projects, what boulevard you out there repping. Comment gang, we in the building. Slim Blunt gang, we in the building. Z-Man Suicide Polo with the ski man running around the hood like He-Man. I drop these Brooklyn classics. You get Brooklyn history on here and New York history that you ain't gonna find nowhere else on the internet. And that's a whole fact. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, you need to fix that. Go to that playlist called Recent and New Episodes, and it's about 400 episodes for you to catch up on. Z-Lord, get at me.
By the time I was 18, I already done robbed like 41 jewelry stores. You understand? I mean, we one of the most successful robbers ever. I already did my time for it, so it ain't nothing they could talk about. That's what I went to the feds for robbing armored trucks and jewelry stores and stuff like that. You understand? Trying to live up to my father's name, his image, because like I said, I didn't have the connections that he had, but I had the willpower and the motivation to go get the bag.
With like, what's your first memory of your father? The first thing you remember.
My first memory of my father was basically, I seen him, he pulled up on me in a Porsche. Oh, it was a Ferrari, I don't know what it was. I know it was a nice car, it was expensive, but I think it's a Porsche because I know the sign now. And we was at Lindenwood, we was in Cypress parking lot. And my moms brought me to him, and he told my moms right there at the car. I looked at him like he was crazy. He said, "What the fuck this nigga got on?" And I didn't know what that mean at that time. So I guess he was trying to say I was too dirty to get in his car, you heard? But that moment there, I've been clean ever fucking since, you heard?
How old was you? How old was you?
I probably was like 6 years old. You understand?
And he was coming home from jail or something?
Nah, my father wasn't coming home from jail. He was already out, but he just had so many women and shit. I just happened to see him that day, I guess. He come here and there. I don't know him, my mother business at that time. But, he was coming to see me when he get around to it. And that weekend, he happened to come get me. My other brother lived in a building across from me, so he wound up coming downstairs to the parking lot too with his moms. You know what I mean? He just grabbed us up in the car. Be me, Davon, because we both from Cypress. That's my older brother. He a year older than me. He just came home for doing 20 years. And, shit, I haven't seen him probably since me and you been having the conversation we having now. So when I was like 5 or 6, my pops came and got me, took us to Lindenwood Diner. We went to the diner. We met Kim Franklin, that's his other baby mother from my sister India. We met her, got India, and then it always just be us three. So like I said, when I was little, I can't really remember too much with my father. The only time I knocked his teeth out one time, like certain shit, we know he had us taking us to carnivals, certain stuff we seen. But he really hided that life from us. Like, we don't really know that.
What you mean you knocked his teeth out though?
Like play fighting. I always was a strong kid. He used to play with me and shit, and I used to punch that nigga in his face and shit. But not like, knowing what I'm doing. I used to just be playing. He used to throw my hands up and be playing with us, and I used to be hitting him in the face, I always wanted to go for face. But me and my father, like, out of all the kids, I think me and him is just alike, you know what I'm saying, all the way to the T, because his family say it, and I'm really close with all his family, better than my other siblings. I don't know why it's like that, but, I got a real good relationship with all his siblings still to today.
Well, how many kids? How many kids he had?
It's 13 of us that I know about.
All in Cypress?
Nah, in Cypress there's only 2 of us, me and Davon. We the originals. That's it, it's just me and Davon. Davon Valentine, and my name is Darnell Fosky. Well, I don't have his last name. He never signed my birth certificate.
Does your pop spoke Spanish?
Yeah, he Puerto Rican. He speaks Spanish. I don't speak a lick of it, though.
So, after that time, he took you to the diner. Like, he was in your life more often after that?
Yeah, he was in my life more often because, you know, as a man on his caliber, I guess he was trying to keep us safe. And, you know, him coming around us often probably would have brought other problems to us, being that our mothers live in them neighborhoods. You understand? So as I got older, I understood that. You understand? But he was around, but not around as much as I'm in for my kids. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, he was there, but he should have been there more. Let me say that.
So, how old was you when you started straying into the streets and stuff? Like,
I've been in the streets since I was 10.
What happened at 10? What you started doing at 10?
I mean, I started hanging in the building in the middle called 385. I called the 385 Learning Center because I started my own gang. We was called Rough Riders. And, you know, first we was called JRW, Juveniles Running Wild. We was like 10, bugging. And like I said, my neighborhood was kind of given to me because my father's name was Jesus. So I was doing my own home from the young. I mean, every time I went outside, I ain't gonna lie, every older nigga in my neighborhood just gave me money. You understand? I used to just go outside, get money for no reason. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. But I had older dudes in my neighborhood, like named Panna, you know, Tang. A lot of older dudes used to tell me who my father was, but I didn't know what they was talking about. So kind of like at 10, the streets was trying to bring me into the streets, and I didn't even know what was going on. But it might have been because, you know, stuff that my father was doing had them working for him and stuff like that. So now I'm looking at it like, okay, I'm in the streets, these guys showing me love, but they wasn't showing me love. They was using me. You understand? Because my father used them at one point in time. And now he was incarcerated when I was 10. You understand? So now, like I just told you, I ain't seen him since 6. So now while he's incarcerated, I'm getting familiar with the neighborhood on my own. And through his name, you know, dudes is gravitating to me because they probably think that I'm the plug or whatever because my father was that. But that was neither here nor there. I was a regular worker, regular dude from the projects that was just trying to make it. You understand? And I had a father that made it but left me in the neighborhood. You understand? So now I'm only here with my mother. So technically my mother's my father. You understand? But that's either another story. But him being my father, yes, it helped me in a lot of ways because when I went to prison or when I was in the neighborhoods, like I said, I always got showed love. But did it put money in my pocket or did I benefit off it? No. So I never got that from it. You understand? Everything I did on my own, bro. From 10. So that's why I say in the street, I started smoking weed at 10. How? Because I was curious. I see my grandma smoking weed, my aunt, they leave a motherfucking roach in the ashtray, excuse my language. I go right in there and grab it and light it up. You understand? So that's how I started smoking weed at 10. Then, you know, I see the baggies that they purchasing and the bags look big. I was 10. At 10, I was smart. I divided the bag. I asked my aunt, yo, how much you pay for this? She told me I was smart enough to know. All right, she paid that. This bag looks big. Let me see if I can split it and go get twice the amount she made. You understand? So then that's when I started doing other stuff on my own. But since I was little, I never been in the street where I worked for people or did not. I always been self-made because I always was enough, you know, I had enough knowledge on my own to want to do better. So I always find opportunities and I take risks. I'm a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Since I was probably, when I turned 12, I already was robbing, everything moving. I robbed jewelry stores. By the time I was 18, I already done robbed like 41 jewelry stores. You know what I'm saying? We one of the most successful robbers ever. I already did my time for it, so it ain't nothing they could talk about. That's what I went to the feds for robbing armored trucks and jewelry stores and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to live up to my father's name, his image, because like I said, I didn't have the connections that he had, but I had the willpower and the motivation to go get the bag since little. So when I was 18, I already seen 100,000 on my own. You know what I'm saying? From me going up, committing crimes and going to rob jewelry stores and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, all this information is public information. I did time for it. I got 120 months for the Hobbs Act for me robbing jewelry stores. And I just came home for sex trafficking, for pimping, which I never pimped nobody. But being that I had the Fed case and I just came home from the jewelry store robberies, some girls had robbed my apartment, so I lost about 200,000 in jewelry and 100,000 cash. I took matters in my own hands, went and got the girls, kidnapped them, put them back in the house, had them selling pussy at the club that they already was working in for 3 months until one of the guys, I guess it was a trick, called the cops and let them know the girl was being held on her own will, which she wasn't, because the girl agreed to sell herself, because that's what she's been doing to get my money back. So I went take matters further. So like I said, I just did 10 years for that. I ain't on no parole, none of that. So that story could be told too. You understand? Because I did my time for it. And the girl who robbed me for the stuff was my co-defendant. Her name is Jocelyn James. She's on the Jocelyn Cabaret show right now. And that was my girlfriend before I left the street. So now she's on Wildin' Out. She's on Jocelyn Cabaret show. They call her Precious, the real Precious. So now I'm trying to figure out how can I get the sex offender thing off my name, because I got 6 daughters and 3 granddaughters, and I never took nobody goods in my life. That's not even my type of thing. And I got 5 different baby mothers, and I'm married. You know what I'm saying? So that don't even fit my caliber. So it's like, that's what I'm trying to aim for, getting that off my name, because the girl is on TV selling herself short still and promoting sex. When they got me as a sex offender, and I got to register, but why I got to register if she's my co-defendant and she don't got to register, and she's still on TV right now selling herself and continue to promote sex. So now that's another platform that me and my wife is doing, that we want to start a podcast on, because it's like, there's a lot of stuff in this world that people don't know about sex. Like if you go to the park and piss and you get caught by the cops or whatever, you're going to have to register as a sex offender. You understand? If you get caught jerking off on the visit floor with your girl, you're going to have to go to the SOP program. You're going to have to register as a sex offender. You understand what I'm saying? People don't know that. Now, as a sex offender, when you about to get released from prison, you don't go home. They got to send your stuff to the community, and the community got to accept you back in the community. Now, as a person from New York, as myself, I can't come back to New York. I sat in jail for 2 years, longer than my sentence. And they pay you $40 a day to sit in jail, because they don't want you to come home to the world where there's a school over here, a daycare over here, a library over here. Everywhere in New York got public schools, junior high schools. So how do a sex offender get released in New York City? That's a good question to ask. You understand? Because I just experienced it. So now, luckily for me, I went to the feds. That's how I'm home talking to you now. Because the feds supersedes the state. You understand? So now what happened to me, luckily I got sent to the feds because they played ping pong with me. I had 10 years in the state for sex trafficking. I had 2 years consecutive in the feds for the jewelry store robbery, the Hobbs Act. So that's my violation, and that's my sentence. So now when I get to the feds, I don't have to go through the 500 feet and the 1,000 feet and all that to come home because the feds don't care about them stipulations. They make their own stipulations and guidelines. So now, luckily, I got released from federal custody. That's why I'm out here now. Thank God. So now my biggest issue is to get this sex offender thing off my name because I have a beautiful wife. I got mad, beautiful daughters. I'm a stand-up father. I take care of my kids to the T. That's what I work for them. I don't even work for me. So now, I've been out here 8 months. Everything I'm doing is for my father's series. At the same time, for me to clear my name with the sex offender thing. And I got a pajama line called Exotic Babe Collections. That's what I'm promoting. And his and her line for me and my wife. My wife had that line for 10 years now. It took me to come home from prison to get this line going. But my wife paved the way already for it. So now it's my way to put the effort in for her. So right now, every day when I go outside, that's what I do. I promote my pajamas and my lingerie line, which is my wife's line. Because we're not trying to be, but we taking over Victoria's Secret because Victoria's Secret is played out. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing that for years. It's time to do something new. So Exotic Babe Collections, that's what's up now. We just did New York City Fashion Week. What was that? February 13th. We shut it down. That's all on the blobs. What's that? What's that? MUGA TV station. You can look it up. It's all up there. Our pop-up shops be the number one pop-up shops right now for the last 3 months. The last 2 we did was a success. And I got another one coming as well. We just don't got the date yet. But it's going to be at the Brooklyn Navy Yard probably this month sometime. But I'm going to make sure we drop the location.
Was you hearing about your pops in the hood?
Like, basically with my pops, they tell me like, yo, listen, your pops is the richest drug dealer ever, you heard? I don't know that, but this is what they say. So now, I'm looking at this shit, and I'm getting offended because I live in the projects, you heard? So while they telling me all this good stuff, I hear them, but I don't see it. You understand what I'm saying? So now, I'm a visualizer. I got to see what I'm hearing. Because that's why I deal with black and white. I like to see everything on black and white. You can't just tell me something about somebody. So, like I said, with my father, they told me so much stories about the man, but I never got to meet him as an adult till later down the line. So, when they answer your question, basically they tell me I had bodyguards, some guy named Bodie, and some other guy named Pig. They say he be with them two dudes, they is his security. Everywhere he go, he be having bodyguards. They said he had the block on Logan and Blake. That's my motherfucking block. You understand? So, you know, the stuff makes sense. But, you know, like I said, I wasn't here at his time. But they said that was his block. He used to do 120,000 a day. Shit, I need that shit to do that now. But it ain't doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff I never seen. But this is what they said was going on. And I've never seen no block do 120 a day. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I never know none of this. This is what these guys are saying. And we could get these guys on these interviews because I'm still in contact with these guys. You know what I'm saying? It's the same guys that we talk about now, the same guys I speak to every day.
And where
so
was
that's
your
why
pops,
I said the story got to be told.
Where was your pops said to be living at that time? Like when you was hearing those...
In Cypress. He was living in Cypress on the front in 1240.
He was living in the projects?
Yeah, not when I was living in there. He must have moved out. But I'm saying when I'm hearing these stories, he was living in Queens at this time in the mansion.
Oh.
But he's from Cypress, so he was living there at one time. But I don't know what it was. You know, I was too little.
Yeah, bro. So, what you started getting into first? You started messing with drugs yourself when the drug game tipped, or you started robbing first?
Like with him, from hearing his stories, I started selling drugs. I started selling trays. You understand? 30-31 illusion tops. I was selling $3 30-31 illusion tops. I used to have it like a Pathmark line. You understand? Because I had $3 cracks. Everybody was buying it. This is like 99 too, 2000. That's a fact. And I'm from the middle. of the projects. You heard? So middle only considered 4 buildings. And I'm the only nigga that can go through the whole shit and do whatever the fuck I want. So that's something my pops couldn't do. And I don't know why, but you know, that's something he couldn't do. And I'm doing that shit still right now. So, like I said, I know the stories and stuff, but I can get the people who there to tell us the stories that we need to know to pass the questions up. But it's like when I was a kid, to be real with you, big bro, I didn't even like my pops. I was trying to take his spot, you heard? Because I felt like he left my mom for dead in the projects. So it's like, how you hearing all this good shit about your father, but your mother's struggling? You heard? So I was really a mama boy at that time.
How was your mom's temperature on that? She was like, she wasn't feeling him either.
She was like, fuck that nigga. So I was like, fuck that nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like the streets telling you good, but your mom's telling you something different. It ain't gonna add up. You understand what I'm saying? So that just put me in the street to try to change shit. You understand? And changed my whole life. Because I was speeding.
How old was you when you said you had them trays out there?
I was like 10, boy. 10 years old. That's a fact. Me and my son Monster. Me, my son Monster, my son Mo, rest in peace, my son Black. My son 40, Kyle, they all here still.
What Mo you talking about that just came home?
Yeah, that just came home. That's a fact. Exactly. Now that's my bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? I gave him the name Monster. That's what I'm saying. Like me and him, these is my day one niggas.
You was getting locked up, like you was going to spar fit and all of that
I've
shit?
been going to jail since Monster crib. His mom's name is... That's my motherfucking mother, you heard? That's who raised me. You understand? That's where I lived at 10 years old. I never lived with Jesus or my mother Wanda, you heard? I lived in the street. I'm a street baby. You understand? I lived in 385 Fountain Avenue, apartment 3F. That's the fucking family that raised me. You know your projects is my family too, nigga. Will and Pig is my family. Oogie is my family. Bugs is my family, bro. That's what I'm saying. AD and them is my family, boy. Red and them is my family with the freckle face. Cuba and them is my family over there where you at. Yeah. I just left Alv just now. That's what I tell you. We patched in for real. I deal with your projects for real, from Skip and James Fly and them. I was in the tournaments dunking on niggas in your projects. That's what I'm saying. I play in all the James Fly Williams tournaments and Skip tournaments in your projects with Lil Tone and them that had the ponytail. You know the brothers. They nice. They used to play in your projects, play ball. They two brothers. I forgot their name. They was like that. They both went to the league. But I be in your projects all the time. I love your bro. I've been in the pool, going to the pool forever. My cousin just live in your projects forever. That's my blood cousin. His last name is King. I mean, my aunt lived in them joints for years, to this day. I tell you, all my friends met from me being their friend. They say, "You Jesus son?" I don't even say nothing, you heard? I just look at them niggas because I don't know what he did to them niggas. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't even say nothing. I got my name off of me. My name D Nice though. And that's how I pronounce my name to people. I don't go by Jesus son, you heard? I go by D Nice. I got my own name out here. Ask niggas. You understand? And I've been, my shit is solidified in any prison you go to. Cause I don't just sit in the jail. I control the shit. That's a fact. So it's like, I don't know. Now I'm on Christian time now. You understand? But when I was in prison, I was super gangbanger. I was ape. I was villain. I was stone. I lived by that shit to the T. A lot of people, they became blood for the wrong fucking reasons. Me, I came blood because I stand for everything I say. Stone, nigga, that stand for striving to overcome negative energy, nigga. Every time I come outside, that's what I'm about. Every time I step out my cell, that's what I was about. You understand? I never be about nothing negative unless you force my hand. But everything about me, I'm positive. That's why my name is D Nice. You understand? The D stand for demon. The other shit stand for nice. You can get either one you out of me. Whatever one you want. You understand? And I'm a Gemini. You understand? So with people, you got to know yourself and learn yourself first. And that's when I was in prison, I took the time out to know myself. You understand? So when people say, yo, you Jesus' son? I say, yeah, I'm Jesus' son, but my name is Darnell Moses Foskey. Catch the name, you heard? Just catch it. Darnell Moses Foskey, you heard? Jesus' name is Jesus Valentine, you heard? So now, my father's name is Jesus, right? Check it out. My fucking middle name is Moses, you heard? That's my grandfather's name. So I got the best of both worlds. You understand? So now, after Jesus and Moses, who it is God. You understand? So that's who I consider myself out here. You feel me? I'm him. Until I meet my maker, you understand? That's how I'm moving out here. That's why everything I do, big bro, I don't look for help. I don't ask for help. I do what the fuck I want to do, and I go push myself to do my short goal terms. Every day I make short goal terms, and I accomplish some shit. And if I don't, then something ain't right. And that's how I've been moving. You understand? I ain't on no public assistance. You understand? I live in a penthouse. I've been home 7 months. That's a fact. My shit got a pool, a gym, everything. It look like the yard. You heard? I tell my wife when we wake up, I say, baby, we in the yard. That's a fact, you heard? Because that's my motherfucking yard. You understand? Because I've been in too many of them shit. Southport, all these shits. You understand? So now, my crib, when I'm out here, got to look the way I want it to look. I got to live the way I want to live. You understand? Because I owe myself that, bro. And you do too. Because you've been through the same struggle as me. A lot of motherfuckers ain't been through that. They wake up in the morning, they crying about all this unnecessary problems. There's niggas in that cell that ain't never coming home. I just left my cellie. His name Donald Brown. Look it up, Donald Brown. My last cellie name is Zach Wages. Yeah, he from BT, nigga. Big 007. Nigga got fucking 7 life sentences. Look this shit up. Robbing jewelry stores and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they legends. And Donald Brown is a fucking legend. His co-defendant is Randy Love from fucking the Jamaican posse from back in the days. These the niggas I just left. These the niggas that's my Christian brothers that I go to church with every day. You understand? Because they got life sentences and they handling them shits. They've been in prison over 30-something years. Niggas ain't even been in life. I'm 38. I was like 5 when they left. You understand? So these the dudes I just left 7 months ago. So now, when I'm out here speaking for them and myself. I'm not out here just to speak for me. I'm a voice for everybody that I just left. You understand? I just left Black. That's Beagle co-defendant from the Queen Pen case. One of the most fucking smartest men in the world. You would never meet. I never met a man smarter than him yet. You want to know law? He didn't teach you anything about the fucking law, but this man can't get out of jail. All he want to do is get home and be a paralegal. Because that man done with the streets years ago. They took 30 out of him already. He been sitting for 30. Him, Tunt, all of them. And he ain't sitting in no medium. He's sitting in Lewisburg Penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Doing a hard sentence, hard time. While niggas is in them camps and the mediums. You know what I'm saying? So my focus is to get my big bros to good spots, get them good mattresses, get them better commissary. You know what I'm saying? Right now, that's my main focus. You know what I'm saying? Every week, I get a little money, I send that shit off to jails. J-Pay. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been home, nigga, my J-Pay heavy. I send wild niggas money in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just one of them. You know what I'm saying? So when you out here, and you saying you doing this, you going to the club, you popping bottles, you fucking all these girls, whatever you doing, that's cool for you. What's cool for me is taking care of my guys that can't help themselves. That's what cool for D-Nice, you understand what I'm saying? And making sure my kids is good, you know what I'm saying? Educated and understand that it's more to life than the projects. And seeing people walk outside think that Jordans and all this materialistic stuff is what makes you. You know what I'm saying? Everything out here is the way we look at stuff or the way we talk is all wrong, bro. So that's what I came out here to do. I got the Say Hello podcast. When I drop that, I haven't had time. It's going to be deep. Because I'm going to have deep conversations every day with men from prison that's really known. That's somebody out here that these little dudes out here never seen. But out here gang banging, killing people, doing all this stupid shit for. But you don't even know these men that y'all under. They don't even live like that. They not even promoting that. But y'all out here promoting that, and y'all got these men sitting in the cage and fucking ag sag. Because y'all don't even know what ag seg is. But Darnell Foskey know what ag seg is. You understand? Because Darnell Foskey got ag seg. How many niggas talk about they been in jail? Well, what niggas been ag seg? Niggas don't know what ag seg is. They don't know what that is. You understand? Only me and Booker. Booker. I just left fucking Attica with Booker. Is from Brownsville. You understand? Who sends letters? Who send money? Nobody sends anything. You understand? Because is the face of you understand? That's who started this shit. That's why I tell you about all this shit, big bro. All this shit is fake. You understand? People just use people's names and say, oh, this is somebody just to get a pass or just to look for something. So when people go back to with my father, that's why I never look for nothing with him. When they say, yo, your father Jesus, I don't even be one niggas to know my father. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to have my own name out here. So that's what I'm getting to out of all this. You know what I'm saying? It's about having your own identity, homie. And a lot of people ain't got that. Niggas going through identity crisis out here. Like I said, I'm my father kid all the way. So with the 4 greens, the projects, every project I deal with everywhere, bro. Cause I'm one of them people that I network and I do good business. I don't do no bad business. So I can't. Tompkins, or if I go to mosque, wherever I go, I'm gonna be good. You understand? Because I made sure I need to know the right people, and I'm cool with them, and I show love. So when they come to Cypress, they know they good, and that's what it's about. You understand? It's about respect and letting everybody know that when they around, wherever they're around, that they safe, and it's always gonna be that way when you around. That's what I'm about, bro.
Fact. I'm a Gemini too, just for the record.
See? That's so you know what we about. We don't do no yes man shit. You understand?
Not at all.
Geminis is different, bro. We different, you heard?
What was your pop sign?
He's December 25th. That's a Capricorn, right?
Yeah.
He born on Christmas. That's why his name Jesus. Yeah. I threw the party for him on Christmas. It was a big event, fresh from home. You know what I mean? I spent $5,000 through the party at RL Lounge for him. You know what I mean? My first celebration to him being that he died while I was in prison. You feel me? I ain't have much, but I threw a party for him on his birthday. My birthday never even came up yet since I've been home. You know what I mean? Me and you, hopefully we can get some footage for the Gemini badge. It might be a Gemini month for us.
Word
you know
up.
what I mean? Because I'm going to do a big for mine.
Episodes, make sure you check this playlist, new and recent episodes only, where it's hundreds of episodes that I'm sure you ain't see about 30, 40 of those, you heard? So make sure you check that playlist. Now I mean, tap in, comment gang in the building, Slim Blunt gang in the building, Coffee gang in the building, you already Snow Cone.
Make sure y'all go to bloodsagas.com and cop that book, The Blood Sagas, Book 1, Blood and Loyalty.
Okay, but Spirit wants you to know at this time in your life, this is a time where you need to be still. Okay, be still and know that God is working in your favor. Okay, Spirit is
follow True Humble Clarity on TikTok if you need that spiritual advice. Yersk, tell a Z-Man sent you.
Welcome to another episode of Confessions of a New Yorker. And today, my confession is that sometimes in New York City, when I encounter a crazy person, instead of ignoring them, I match their crazy. And then afterwards, I feel stupid. So check it. I'm on the train a little while ago. This was minutes ago. I'm on the train. And the only reason why I'm on the train at this particular time is because I got a sweet parking spot. Sweet parking spot. And I can't give that up. You heard? So I said, yo, I'm hopping on that iron horse. I run into a brother that's familiar with the YouTube channel and the Instagram channel, All Love. You heard? I get off the train. For 2 minutes, I stopped to send a voicemail on my phone. Out of nowhere, some Spanish nigga is just grilling me. I'm like, fuck is this nigga grilling me for? Nigga goes in the train behind the gate and gets behind the gate and then starts talking mad shit. Yo, you pussy ass nigga. Yo, I should fuck you up. I'm like, bro, I think you got me confused with somebody else. He like, yo, don't give a fuck. I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up. So I'm like, all right, man. You heard this person right here is mentally ill. Let me keep it moving. So I tell the dude, I say, yo, bro, man, I hope you get whatever proper medication that you need, or I hope you get off whatever dust or K2 that you smoking. You feel what I'm saying? When I said that, out of nowhere, his huge broad just came out of nowhere and threw a motherfucking Mad Cobra at me. You heard? Bitch had a can of Mad Cobra. She just was like, shut the fuck up. At first, I thought she was coming over here to say, yo, he's bugged out. Don't argue with him. This bitch runs up to the gate and throws a old half of Mad Cobra at me. You heard? I jump out the way of the Mad Cobra. I'm like, yo. Nigga like, yeah, you know, Nigga starts talking some next level crazy high on dust shit. And instead of me walking away, so Angel on my shoulder was like, nigga, you know that nigga bugged out, walk away. Then the 4 devils on my shoulder was like, you should cut that nigga. You should fight both for him and his bitch. Fuck him and his bitch up. You heard? So now here I am telling these motherfuckers to come out the train station there, nigga. I'll blow your head off like we on Rikers Island, nigga. Come out the train, nigga. He like, I just came home from the island. So we both standing there just looking like crazy people now. You heard? And, you know, I just didn't stop, man. You know what I mean? Until civilians and, you know, dudes in the hood like, oh, bro, don't argue with that nigga, man. Come on, nigga bugged out. You know that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But it was a big scene. Everybody was stopping and looking. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, niggas was grabbing crotches and middle fingers and razors and, you heard? And, you know, afterwards, when David Banner is back to normal and the Incredible Hulk is gone, nigga feel stupid. Like, fuck am I doing arguing with this nigga and his broad in the middle of the street? They high off some dust mixed with K2 and crack. Like, come on, my nigga. What is you doing, bro? But, yeah, this is my confession of a New Yorker, man. You heard? Leave a comment if, you know, I don't want to feel alone. Leave a comment if you sometimes match that crazy with more crazy.